Femboys and gentlemen, Secret Agent Echidnut here, reporting in. For the past few weeks, I've been performing reconnaissance on this new anime called SpyFam, and the intel I've gathered confirms that it's at least one of the top 3 anime of 2022. Watching this has been an absolute blast, and I can't wait to investigate further. Unfortunately, some of you maidenless virgins claim that this anime is overhyped, and I'll agree that it's very, very hyped, but it definitely deserves every bit of it. SpyFam transcends every qualification for being a masterpiece. We've got excellent writing, a unique premise, good comedy, solid visuals and audio, and most importantly, memorable characters. A protagonist that everyone wants to be, a waifu that everyone wants to fuck, and a lolly that no one wants to fuck. Huh. Imagine that. For real though, not enough people understand how talented a writer must be to create a lolly who's so wholesome that even the top tier lolicons refuse to be attracted to her. I'll be honest, some of the artists I follow on Twitter only lewd lollies, but after SpyFam's first episode dropped, I haven't seen a single lolly on my timeline since. Maybe that'll change now that Elon Musk owns Twitter, but if anyone's really desperate to see some porn, just Google the word SpyFam without safe search on. Yep, apparently SpyFam is the name of a legitimate porn site, so I don't know guys, maybe we should pronounce the X. Anyway, Anya should never be looted in my opinion, because Yor exists solely for that purpose. When I first saw her on my timeline, I thought she was a Fate character, but it turns out she's much hotter than a Fate character. So I'm happy to announce that Yor has officially surpassed Marin as best girl of 2022. No, wait, here we go. Yor is best waifu of 2022, but Anya is best girl. For once, us anime fans can finally come together and agree that Anya sounds just as cute in every single dub.
Spannend. Ça a l'air trop chouette. Qu'émotionnante. Legal demais.
Like the video if you also thought the Latin Spanish Anya sounded the cutest. The point is, Anya is the most adorable daughter ever, and I haven't wanted to be a parent this badly since 2018 when Hina Matsuri was airing. I legitimately want kids now. And no, I don't mean that in an EDP type of way. This anime could single-handedly fix Japan's underpopulation issues in roughly 7 days, because that's how long it takes to produce a child, according to Twilight's organization. Yes, if you haven't seen this anime, Twilight is a spy. Honestly, I forget exactly what his mission is, but I do remember that there's a toupee involved. It doesn't seem that important, but regardless, Twilight is given the order to conceive and give birth to a child within 7 days, which would normally be a challenge for anyone except Levi Ackerman, except it just so happens that Twilight is the most fertile man in the universe. That's right, in just 2 episodes, Twilight went from in a relationship to single to married. I also noticed an interesting detail that might just be a coincidence. Manga readers let me know if this means anything, but Karen is the name of the girl he breaks up with in the beginning, and apparently the villain's daughter is also named Karen. Twilight claims he's investigated every inch of her body, and I know there's a lot of Karens out there, especially in SpyFam's Mal reviews, but guys, I really think Twilight fucked the villain's daughter. In my opinion, that's the only true way to permanently defeat your enemy. You know, a lot of the time anime villains will die and then resurrect themselves 2 episodes later for plot convenience, but the truth is, that only happens when the main character forgets to fuck their daughter first. The point is, Twilight's balls are a lot huger than I previously imagined. But speaking of balls, this video is sponsored by Manscaped, except I'm not making any jokes this time. I'd like to get serious for a second, because the biggest threat to men's health, other than women, is testicular cancer. Every hour, one of us is diagnosed with it. But this month is Testicular Cancer Awareness Month, and by now you should all know that I'm a big fan of Manscaped and the Lawnmower 4.0. Manscaped's top-tier tools have always taken care of my testicles, but they just went the extra mile and partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society, and together they're spreading awareness for men's health and early cancer detection. So please boys, remember to check your balls. I perform ball checks regularly whenever I'm using Manscaped products like the Skin-Safe Lawnmower 4.0 or the Crop Mop Ball Wipes. Visit manscaped.com/TCS to learn how to check yourself for early signs of cancer, and as always, remember to use my promo code code Echidnut20 for 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. Join the Manscaped movement right now to take care of your pair. Now, Twilight didn't have to use his balls for this, but he did get a daughter within 7 days. He adopts Anya and starts speed learning the art of parenting. It's really funny because he approaches parenting from the perspective of a spy, so he considers using interrogation tactics and stuff like that. What makes it even more interesting, though, is the fact that Anya is secretly a mind reader. She knows her dad's a spy, but she doesn't say anything because she's afraid he'll abandon her if he finds out she can read his mind. It's ironic, because someone with telepathic powers would normally make the ideal sidekick for someone in Twilight's profession. Twilight has no idea, but Anya is actually the perfect partner in crime, the ultimate wingman, and the best daughter he could ever possibly have. And what makes this anime so wholesome is that eventually Twilight will realize that naturally, even without ever knowing that she's telepathic. Or not. I don't know, I just made that up. Now, some of you might have heard of this so-called SpyFam drama that supposedly exists. You know, it's usually something like, oh my fucking god, they're trying to cancel SpyFam. Yeah, not really. Was I the only one who immediately recognized that this guy was trolling? It was such obvious bait. I can't believe this many people fell for it. Listen guys, there's no controversy, okay? Literally everyone loves this anime. This same shit happened with Nagatoro and even Marine during that one episode when she was tan. Most of the characters in SpyFam are pretty pale though, so the trolls are acting a bit out of character this time. Regardless, the cycle always begins with an obvious troll artificially manifesting drama by baiting people with a garbage take that later goes viral because everyone falls for it and responds. Then every AniTuber gets to farm content by uploading videos addressing the drama that literally only exists because they keep addressing it. So I guess I'll contribute to this circle jerk too by giving my thoughts on a random malpost I happen to disagree with. Thankfully this post was removed, so it's not gonna go viral after I roast it, but the title was "Most of Fans Simp on This Show?" and it had probably the best grammar I've ever seen. I don't think it was bait, he could have been trolling, but I really think he's just genuinely stupid. Like, this guy's opinion was pretty much exactly what Amber Heard left on Johnny Depp's bed. Anyway, behold. Episode 2 has the most passive proposal, and I can predict all the plot. You predicted that Twilight was gonna squat down next to a dumpster, throw a grenade, kill 15 people, and then secure a wife he met earlier that same episode by using a grenade pin as a ring? Sure. I mean, maybe you could have predicted that if you secretly read the manga first. He then goes on to complain about the Western influence in this show, probably because the protagonist is blonde, or it's just the only anime he's seen that wasn't set in Japan. The rest of his post is just a rant about how unrealistic this anime is, which I might have agreed with if SpyFam was a Call of Duty game, but bro, this is an anime about a pink-haired lolly with telepathic powers. Why would you complain about an anime being unrealistic when you probably haven't been outside since 2016? Do you even remember what reality is? The reason this anime is so good is because it's unrealistic. It's also like, you know, a comedy, so in case you somehow missed the comedy tag as well as the point, well, the ending song is literally called comedy. SpyFam accomplishes humor through a narrow balance between absurdity and realism. It stays just believable enough to take seriously, but frequently dips into ridiculousness to achieve a comedic or memorable moment that wouldn't have happened naturally in the real world. In summary, the writing is just really fucking good. This anime is 100% a masterpiece, and I'm trying my best not to read the manga until this season finishes airing, but it's actually painful waiting an entire week for this wonderful story to continue. Let me know in the comments if I should read the manga or wait, because I'm still deciding and I don't know what to do. Also, if anyone is really horny for Yor, my question to you is, would you drink that? My spring 2022 tier list video will probably have SpyFam somewhere at the top, so make sure you subscribe to find out where it ends up. I'll have some more videos coming out soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like the video if you made it to the end, and keep talking about SpyFam. Secret Agent Echidnut, over and out. Peace.